where the ancient wisdom grows. So here we are in the land of trees, with common veranda in the moon's beams, in the dance of life, in the magic's glow. And so the moon, our love will always grow.
Hello, everybody. I have Kriss Bliss here today. We actually didn't go to Brazil tonight, but we are going to be going from Brazil restaurant tomorrow. He is here in the chat with me on the other screen, so I want to show you where he is. And he is right there. No, right there. That's Kriss Bliss. You want to say hi, Kriss?
Hey.
And you can turn on your phone. You can read the chat questions, so we can keep them up together instead of just having one person just reading.
I got it on.
Okay. So welcome everybody to the show, and it's nice to see people are going to start coming in to help. What the heck? Oh, just I see what you did. Yeah. Okay. Since you're not opening up the panel right now, no, because it'd be very hard to open the panel. Since the one person that is a special guest is already sitting inside my studio, why do we need to open up another panel for her? That's a great point. Why do you need to open a second panel? You tell me. I don't know. Anyway, so how did you enjoy your trip getting here today?
I think I got a little sunburn coming here today.
Yeah,
it was very warm.
Yeah, it's pretty mild weather out there. Absolutely right.
For the most part, though, it's a really nice drive through the very scenic. A lot of waterways, a lot of trees, mountains, and just very rural areas that you go through coming through Connecticut.
And also, we had a pretty fun conversation at ABC Pizza because we covered a couple things that some people probably never knew about me. One is like Kriss, well, nobody thought about what we were talking about at ABC Pizza. It's pizza, not pizza. It's not the Leaning Tower. I know that. All right. So.
Yeah, we talked about the human brain and the wild kingdom, as specifically bees.
Yeah, honeybees. And we talked about, also how I'm aiming for a different kind of audience than Noodles is. And so anybody has any questions for Kriss, just go ahead. He should have his phone with him on so he can read them. If not, I'll read them to him. So,
yeah, I can see the chat.
What's that? Okay, good. All right. It makes it a lot easier for me, too. So I'll be having to alternate between cameras. Hey, what? Don't you have it set up so you can have two cameras up at the same time? I do. I think I do. Let's see. Maybe I do. I have to see where it's camera set up here. I know like multiple cameras, special, SimCity. Michele dances again. Video, Silver Moon, home movie theater, jukebox 7, movie night, YouTube, scene 3, me outside. City Bell Cam Twist Link, monitor webcam. I'm just trying to see if I have the multiple cameras option. I think I got rid of most of them. All right, let me make one. So, let's try that. Let's just go ahead, just copy your. Because what he has, you can just go ahead, put your picture like right next to him. Yep, I certainly can. So let's create a scene for that. So, let's call this scene 7. I guess it works for now. So, in scene 7, we're gonna add two things. We're gonna add a scene. I'm gonna add my desktop. Okay, so we're gonna add I'll just add main desk, or we can movie night or monitor webcam. I think monitor webcam is this camera, isn't it? I think so. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm gonna shrink them down. Okay. And that's for him. So he's in shot now. And then I'll add my camera to the second one, which will be just add let's go to capture device, video capture device. Let's see. So we're gonna go to table webcam. Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna shrink my picture down a bit. Okay. You have to shrink you down, Michele, because you're too big. Oh wait, you know what? What? Change that font. Oh, okay, I get it. So you're gonna change this camera. Yeah. Change this, get rid of this one. Yeah. And then add in. All right. Yes. Okay. Now I'm gonna add my other camera in. Good choice. All right. So we're gonna add the other scene, which is the one called add existing main documentations, no fonts, perfect. And then I'm gonna slide this camera scene. You gotta shrink it down, Michele. Oh, I get what you're gonna do. Yeah. Oh, perfect. Yeah. Now now the audience can see both of us at the same time. So now they can see me, they can see you, and I'm gonna switch over to it now. So we have Kriss here. How did he found me through Noodles, I believe? Did you meet me through Noodles channel?
Oh yeah, because I watched Noodles for a while, and then he found you and told everybody to go over that. Yeah, so it was Noodles that found you.
Okay. And what do you find interesting about what would you find interesting about me versus Noodles channel?
What you want me to compare the two channels, Michele?
They're clearly not. They're not the same. No, they're not. They're completely different content. Yeah.
Are you asking me why your channel is better than Noodles?
No, I'm asking is what do you notice that's different about the two channels? What do you like about my channel? What do you like about his channel? No, how about that? It would be more neutral. So, what stands out with my channel? What do you like about his channel? Does that make any sense?
Yeah, well, first of all, they're totally different, and whereas your channel is more of a community within itself.
Yeah.
It's like a group of friends that gather.
But what
And
about
they
his
friends with
channel?
each other.
Doesn't he have a community too?
Yeah, it's a community of trolls.
Oh, okay. That's kind of the community, but it's just not the same kind of community.
Yeah, but it's not just his channel. It's a whole other like community of people that troll. So that's where I came from.
Yeah.
troll community.
So I showed. I mean, Kriss got to try ABC pizza today, and he said it's not bad.
Yeah, it was good, just not great, but it was good.
Well, let's put it this way: it's pretty good. It's not pure Italian. It's got a lot of Greek in it too. But I tend to like it though because a lot of people I bring come into Winston try it out, and then they kind of like it. Michele, you're making the assumption that he likes your channel. Okay, Kriss. All right. So let Kriss answer that. Kriss says you're making the assumption that Kriss likes your channel. So what do you think of my channel?
Well, I do like your channel. I think for my favorite like all time live streamers, I would put you in the top 10 of
Yeah.
of the live streamers that I have followed. But Elvis Travels is number one of all time, I would say. And
Well, we all know Noodles has a different kind of audience and a different kind of flow. My channel is sort of like kind of like like you said, like a local community of people that actually like to hang out with each other. He said, Chris said, LOL, Michele, I was just punning him. Okay. Well, that's okay. I mean, it is a valid question, though. So it took him a couple hours to get here. He said that the traffic from Providence was not too excessively bad. And
no, it was Hartford. Coming through Hartford, there was a lot of
right,
traffic.
that's where it got harder. Yeah, because I-84.
Yeah.
Yeah. I showed him some of my 45 records, but he said to me, he says, I offered to let him take home some of them. He's like, well, some of these 45s look like they've been played a lot. And they have. They came from a jukebox somewhere. Yeah, they came from a jukebox. So, yes, their records got played a lot. Nope, they sure did.
I think Hammer is making a reference to New Bedford, Massachusetts, the New Bedford Whalers.
Yeah.
It says "Go Whalers."
So, so you want to talk a little bit about our plans for tomorrow, just so everybody knows what we're doing.
So what are plans? I'm gonna come here for the morning show.
Right.
Do the morning show with you.
Right, like we are now.
And after the show, we are gonna go get some Brazilian food.
Brazilian food, yep.
Yeah, and then that's probably it. Then I'm probably gonna try to get home for the Celtics game tomorrow night at 7:00 or whatever.
Brian
it is,
K
8:00.
wanted to know if you have a favorite record.
A favorite what? A
Record. Music or artist. I suspect what Brian K's done. He's kind of trolling you a little bit, but he's making a fun of your slight Bostonian accent, which doesn't bother me.
That looks like a German accent that he's making.
Yeah.
Does Kriss have a favorite record? They are killing the girl tonight, old man. My favorite record is Patrick Sky, Songs That Made America Famous.
Really? Never heard of that one.
Yeah. And Cheech and Chong's Big Bamboo. That's where I get that accent from.
I got Cheech
They
and
are
Chong
killing
record.
the girl tonight, old man. Just sign the paper. Sign the paper.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
No, but it's not German. It's Brian K was making uh, a trolling Kriss because of his non-erotic Bostonian accent. And knowing people from Boston and other Massachusetts areas and Connecticut areas, you start to learn what they say.
yeah, but I don't sound like I'm from Boston, do I? I
You do
sound
have
like
a
I'm
lot.
from-
You do have the non-erotic R though. You just don't notice it. It's just not as hard.
But we talk a little different in Fall River. It's a little different than Boston.
Yeah,
It's
like the
similar
classic
but
joke,
different.
"Park the car in Harvard Square," right? Park the car in Harvard Square. They say car, park.
Car.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's I get it. Even us in the in Western Connecticut have an accent too.
Yeah, that's a terrible. That's a fake Boston accent. We don't say that. We say car.
Right,
It's just car.
right. The river. Right,
River.
river.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We say fariva.
yeah. So the point is that if you ever go to any parts in any state, especially, like I said, the Bostonian, the non-erotic R is pretty strong. Now go by the time you get to Western Massachusetts, it starts to disappear a bit, just like it does in Connecticut. On Eastern Connecticut, you do have a Roderick R because of the close proximity to Boston. Um, but on Western Connecticut, the Roderick R tends to diminish extremely quickly.
Yeah, but in the Fall River, New Bedford area, we have a lot of Portuguese people, whereas Boston's more Irish.
Right.
Well, where I'm from, it's more Portuguese. So that, and I think that influences the
Which I wanted to ask
accent a
you,
little
is your
bit.
family like Brazilian Portuguese or European Portuguese?
Mostly European, and one grandparent from the Azores.
Yeah. It's kind of cool. So, I mean, like I said, is that it's just interesting how um, there's so much commonality between languages and stuff. Between Brazil and Europe, Portugal, but there's also some very strong differences. The Brazilian Portuguese has got a lot of influence by Italian speakers because 40% of the people from Brazil are Italian. That's really interesting. Italian ancestry. So, if you listen to, whereas in European Portuguese, they tend to try to get rid of as many vowels as they can. Um, and Brazilian Portuguese, it seems like they stuff them in there like stuffed sausages. You actually cannot um, believe how it's amazing the two cultures can still understand each other with some minor difficulty, but they do. They talk to each other. Brokeback Mountain was so romantic I cried, says Kriss. Really? I never saw it, so I have no idea how Brokeback Mountain was, but I just know is that it was definitely about two male cowboys that developed a bond for each other, which I can see why that would be a thing, really. How you doing, E? Welcome to the show. Brokeback. It's a movie, E. It's a Western movie. It's a more contemporary Western movie. You can watch it. It's pretty interesting for some people. You know, they had true love. Yes, they did. Okay, I understand that. No, I got that. Except the difference is that me and Michelle share the same physical body. That's the difference. That's true. Um, Galaxy, I said, LOE, you know that's your favorite top 10, don't lie. I'm okay, my man, still. Look, E, make sure you understand. If you really want this guy, maybe instead of writing to him, how about actually meet up with him in person? Invite him for coffee or inexpensive quality lunch that you both can share. Yeah. I mean, sometimes you just have to just nicely go up to the guy and say, hey, I was wondering if maybe sometime when you're free, would you like to go out and get some coffee or maybe some late lunch? I mean, and then sit down and talk with them and about small chat, like I would do with people, and just see what they feel. Just keep your mind open.
Yeah, it sounds like he's not responding, so sounds like he's out.
Yeah, sounds like it, but I don't know. I mean, he could be feeling the same way he is. Maybe he feels like he's not qualified. It's just like Bill and Ted said, "We're not worthy. We're not worthy."
No, I doubt that. I think he's just out
It's possible
out on
too.
me. He's all set with that. Done. Move
Hey,
on.
no one said that you were. I never said you were. Hey, if you really want to find the right one, you need to physically go out there and actually talk to people. I know for a lot of people that's scary, but sometimes that's the best way to do it. Especially when you work with the guy, you see him every day in the office. There should be no problem. But during a lunch break, you could go to him and say, "Hey, X, I like you. I was wondering, that's why I sent you those emails, and I would like to get to know you better." If he basically goes, gives you a hand and says, "Nope, not interested. Stop. That go elsewhere because you're not going to get anywhere." If he says, "Well, okay, E, maybe we can have some lunch together. I did bring a bag lunch today, so I'm not going to be eating out today. But if you want, um, uh, we can still talk, and then maybe um, I'll give you a piece of my lunch or whatever. Just talk to the guy." Because unfortunately, the guys are saying the same thing. I'm a guy. Why aren't you approaching me? Well, someone's got to make the move. it's the thing about this younger age. They're all basically saying is why do I need to do something? Why doesn't the other do something? Very simple. If you don't want to do anything and he don't want to do nothing, nothing happens. I.e., by default, it's a disaster because of lack of action. If you do something and he reciprocates in kind, and that's great, then you have a chance. But if he doesn't, and you go out there nicely and say, "Hey, how about go hang out together?" and he doesn't want to return the email, well, guess what? Go elsewhere. And so I understand that. But Noodles has said he wanted to talk to you, but every time he tried to find you, you always kind of quietly disappear. You don't show up. You say, I'm going to be at such and such a place. You go there and you're not there. So they were like, where are you? And like we were supposed to meet on Yule. You didn't come. We said, well, he's not coming, and we're in New York, and she's not there. Um, but so if you're really interested, say, to hang out with somebody, especially Noodles, because he has his own common areas he goes, then just go to one of the areas and say, "Hey, Noodles, this is E. How you doing?" Now, I understand that. I understand that. I get it 100%. Yeah, I agree with you. But like I said, sometimes you got to make the first move. That's just the reality of the matter. There's no other choice sometimes. Yeah, that too. Absolutely, I agree. He streams all kinds of crazy places. Yeah, we went to ABC Pizza for tonight. Tomorrow we're going to be going to a Brazilian restaurant. We got here kind of late, so unfortunately we couldn't really help that. So it was just easier to go to ABC Pizza because the pizza restaurant you wanted to go. I mean the Brazilian restaurant you wanted to go to was down by Danbury area, so it would have been a little bit of a drive. And so he said, "Why don't we just go for pizza?" I said, "Okay, you want to go to pizza? That's fine." So he did. Exactly, Galaxy Eyes. Exactly what EB have to do. So maybe you can give some advice to E. The first thing, as I told her, is if he ain't gonna make the move, then you need to tell him. Don't just send him an email. You gotta send him in a spam trap. But if you at least stop them personally, especially if he's got to work, right? You know. How you doing, Chantix? Welcome to the show today. Think Chris went to either A, go for a smoke, or B, he went out to well, he went out to the kitchen, so I'm gonna suspect that he probably went out to go for a smoke. Okay. You got an OFE. Right. Well, look, I'm a nice person too, but if there's something I really want, I'm gonna go for it in a respectable way. You know. Yeah. Well, that's the nature of the relationship game. As much as that may not be the most exciting game in the world, but that is the way it is played. I'm desperate because I'm lonely. Well, then if you want to be unlonely, you need to make the first move in this case. Okay, let's start with just trying to get the cart. Let's try to get the horse before we get the cart, okay? You haven't even got the horse yet. You're already talking about the cart. You gotta need a relationship before you're worrying about having a bun in the oven, okay? Which means if you find the one that you think is Mr. Right, you have to get him to convince him that you are the one for him. Which means that you need to make him know that you're there. And I know that Kriss, am I right when I say that? That if you really want to find somebody, you have to put the legwork in first.
Yeah, you got to get out there. You got to, I guess. You don't want to just go out looking for it, but you want to, go out and meet people.
All right. Well, happy birthday coming up, college guys. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Yeah. You gotta go out there and put the work in. Chris says never date out of loneliness. Take content first in your singularity, then wait patiently. Oh, that can be true to an extent. Just like the song goes, looking for love in all the wrong places. But at least you can say that the singer was looking for love. Um, but like the song goes, is he had a particular thing that he was wanted for, you know, and I mean, he went out there in the dating scene, he tried it, didn't have much luck. Somehow the woman that he was interested in found him interesting, and she reached out to him too.
How old is he?
How old is the guy, E? How old are you, E? Damon Buster's looks like fun. Yeah, it's like an adult version of Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah, it's just like a Chuck E. Cheese for adults.
Oh, you want to go to Dave and Buster's Friday?
Never been there. That would be good. Yeah, why not? It's an adult version of Chuck E. Cheese. Well, in a sense, it serves alcoholic beverages. It is definitely tailored for the adult, right? But
I'd say.
we have to make sure that Noodles is gonna. Knowing Noodles will just sleep in the car. So if he has too many, he'll just sleep in the car.
There's one pretty close, like a half hour away from here at Dave and Buster, right near Hartford.
I don't have the information right now on hand. If you want to Google it and find out what in there Damon's Buster says.
Yeah, I think there's one like a half hour away or so, maybe a little longer. I don't know. It'll be worth the drive though.
What's that?
It would be worth the drive.
Sure.
We'd have a lot of fun.
Because I know Noodles will certainly enjoy the opportunity.
Yeah, we can then get something to eat and then play games.
Right. And look for possible females.
On a Friday night, yeah, I'm sure there'll be some single women there.
Yeah. He's Portuguese, European Portuguese, correct. Hands literally felt on the keyboard. Hi, how you doing, Ryan? Welcome to the show today. Hi, Brian. Yes, the cat was here too, by the way. Play Warhammer 40K Space Marines 2. Thank you, Ryan. How you doing? Is it really your baby? What are you talking about, Michele?
Your birthday.
Uh,
It's not your birthday.
yeah, so he's talking about Michele. In 3 days, Michele will be older. She's a Taurus. Yep. Early Taurus.
What, your real birthday?
That's other Michele's birthday. Galaxy Eyes.
Oh. Okay.
My birthday is in September 13th.
So it's Galaxy Eye's birthday this week?
Yeah, no, it's Michele as Galaxy Eyes, yes.
All right.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Yeah. That's okay, Michele. Everybody know your name. We all call you Michele anyway. Galaxy Eyes and Michele. Brian K, wrong person. It's Galaxy Eyes. It's not me. Yes. Galaxy Eyes, his name has 2 L's. It's Galaxy Eye's birthday in 3 days, not mine. Galaxy Eyes, we're both Earth signs. You're a Taurus and Virgo, okay? Or not that. It's the only difference. It's not my birthday, but if you really want to know my age, probably old enough to be your mother. Ain't that the truth? Yeah, I'm old enough to be your mother. So I know the show is kind of slow because does anybody have any questions for Kriss? Because I know he'd be willing to answer them if you have questions. Yeah, good question. Do they have questions for Kriss? Yeah, that's a great question. Because if you do, come on, speak up. Yeah, speak up, guys. This is your chance to ask questions. This is your chance to, let's see. Let me check something out. What we're gonna do? I'm gonna move this closed caption screen to this monitor. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna put it on this one instead. Yeah. So I'm gonna put it on that. Oh, I can put it on the top. Are you really serious? Yeah. Dang. Perfect. Okay. Yay. All right, I'll do that. Put it on the top of the screen, see if it works now. So that'd be perfect for me because it's on the bottom of the screen, which is okay for some things. But I look like right now. Oh, Michelle, it's on the monitor. I know. Oh, okay. See, right on the wrong one. I got it on the wrong one. Okay, so let me change that. Go to settings and put it on top of this one. Okay, hit. Go ahead and hit close that icon. But you can't have it on both monitors. You don't want it on both monitors. Why? Because it would just basically drive me crazy. Really? Yes. Okay. So I moved on out on the wire, says Brian Toth. North American Sandy Martin's my real crush, my new crush. Who's Sandy Martin? I don't know who that is. Do you know anyone named Sandy Martin?
No. Didn't she play Peter Pan or something like that?
Oh,
What was that?
I mean, was she play like Wendy in Peter Pan?
No, Peter Pan. There's always a woman that plays Peter Pan.
Oh,
Oh, was that Sandy Duncan?
really? Oh, Sandy Duncan. Okay.
I think the stage version of Peter Pan usually has a woman playing Peter Pan, so they look like a young boy.
Right. Which kind of makes sense. She is some old bike. The grandmother from Napoleon Dynamite. It's the Galaxy Eyes. Wow, you guys didn't exactly ask you very many questions, Kriss. So
That's why I don't have any answers.
come on, light it up, guys. Ask the questions. This is your chance. Hello, Joe. How you doing? Oh, we didn't go to Brazilian restaurant today. We went to ABC Pizza today because Kriss got kind of late coming here. So we're going to Brazilian restaurant tomorrow instead.
Michelle, would you like to smoke some pot?
You got any edibles?
No.
Well, You smoke it, I'll smell it. How about that? I don't want to burn the house down.
What about like one taste of it, one hit?
I've had plenty of hits of it. You're smoking it now,
No, I didn't. I have some. Yeah.
huh? Oh, what do you got? A vape pen?
No, I have like little like pre-rolls.
Okay. Pre-rolls, okay. Yeah, I'm fine with secondhand smoke of it. Doesn't bother me much. Is it let it be loved or feared? Well, that depends on a couple factors. Let's see. Chris right now is looking for some things in his little pack there. So I'm gonna let Chris answer that question first. Is it better to be loved or feared?
It depends by who. Like some people, you want them to fear you. Some people, you want them to love you. But I think most people, for me, I just want them to respect me. I don't really care whether you love me or fear me. I just want
Right.
you to respect me.
I
That's
get
really
that.
it.
But I don't want people to be afraid of me either. I just want to be treated well. Then I'll treat everyone. I'll treat everybody as well as they can treat me. Chris, that might be true in certain circumstances, but it's not true in every circumstance. Besides, my plastic ashtray is in the kitchen. If you want to grab it, it's the plastic cup that's got ashes in it, and sitting on the table.
On the table?
Oh, that sounds weird to say, Brian K. Why would you say that? Did you find it?
No.
All right, I'm in. I'm gonna find something. I'm in. Oh, man, I know my kitchen table's a bit. I should have picked it up for you. I'm in. It should be over. Well, if it isn't, we'll find another one. Let me look here. Yeah, oh, here it is. I'm sorry. There you go. He's just needing to put a place to put his ashes. Oh, like I said, the secondhand smoke will do the job for me. I'll still get the influence of it.
Right, this one hit. Michele.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. This is what I'm talking about. It's hot. Yeah. Ham pizza's the best, huh? This in New York here is pretty yummy. We went to Artichoke in Brooklyn. Me noodles. The pizza was okay. The only thing was in Artichoke was the fact that because of the amount of business he had these tables he pretty much stood at, which does make sense. The fact is that they are getting a large turnaround even at 4 in the morning. their restaurant was still open and serving pizza at 4 in the morning, and there was a huge, huge crowd, and it was just coming in and out. Um,
I had a tick on me this morning, a tiny little tick on my leg, inside my leg.
oh really? Really? Where do you think it came from?
I have no idea. I wasn't even out really outside much. It was raining yesterday.
Right.
It was
So
like it was really tiny. I never saw one like that before. Not like a normal size. It just looked like like a little piece of like blood clot. I thought that's what I thought it was, and I pulled on it, and it was like stuck in there.
yeah.
And then I looked, and I kept it in my finger, and it was moving around. So I got like a magnifier, and I saw like the legs and everything on it.
Well, Lomi's birthday is on February 11th. Yeah. I am. My birthday is in Virgo. Yes. Michele, aka Galaxy Eyes, his birthday is in Taurus. Not MicheleMarieDalene's birthday, which is in Virgo.
You want any more, Michelle?
Yeah.
Michelle?
What's that? Oh, it's getting kind of short.
It started out short.
Um, I don't know. Galaxy Eyes, his birthday's in 3 days. She said her birthday was in 3 days, so I gave her an early happy birthday. Yeah. No, she said it's in 3 days, Grizz. She said it's in 3 days. That's what she said. Good evening, Golden Girl. How you doing? Sorry, we don't have the panel open right now because otherwise Kriss wouldn't be able to hear you. But we have Kriss Bliss here. You can see him over there, smoking a little magic stuff. I took 2 hits of it already, so yeah. Plus, I get free secondhand smoke too. um. It's really not that long, complicated story. Just have to know what a Virgo is. Once you know what a Virgo is, you'll understand it. Yeah, we do whole videos in Virgo. Go look at the Virgo life and tarot, astrology, and Virgo life and tarot in my Discord channel, and you can't miss it. There's all the answers you need to know right there. I didn't say I can't. I just don't necessarily really like putting something burning in my mouth, but actually I had a twisted tea, but I gave it to Kriss. He also we got twist. That's also got a couple other alcoholic beverages in the refrigerator too.
Yeah, that was the tea that I left it from Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Is it starting to feel twisted?
No, not yet. That's just it's only my first one.
Okay. Galaxy Eye's birthday. Galaxy Eyes is the Michele with 2 L's. Oh, thank you very much, Terry Kitty. Congratulations, thank you.
Happy birthday, Michele.
Oh, it's not my birthday, Terry Kitty. It's Galaxy Eye's birthday in 3 days, not mine. No, it's not mine. It's not Michelle's. I mean, it's not my Michelle's birthday. Crap, I think that stuff's starting to work on me. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I understand that.
Maybe make you a cake at Dave and Buster's. We tell them it's your birthday.
Really? And how much does that add to the price?
Oh, don't worry, it's your birthday.
That's okay. I live above people downstairs that smoke it all day long. This is fine. I just sit there slightly going stoned. Hello, Comedy Flu. How are you doing today?
Is what true?
Yeah. Any
Good.
questions for Kriss? Bliss? He's here right now, guys.
Who's stoned?
I think she's talking about Comedy Flu. It's not my birthday. Comedy Flu says hi to you, Kriss.
Hey, Comedy Flu. What's happening? Going out on a double
That's why I
date.
thought you meant Golden Girl. I took
Uh-huh.
I took 2 hits of the pre-roll here too. So the only problem is he asked me if I wanted a whole pre-roll. And I said no, thank you. I don't need a whole pre-roll. I don't want to burn the house down in the process. You know. My unofficial birthday is on September 13th. So don't ask. It's too complicated to explain. Just accept it. That would be nice. Good idea, Tag Kitty. Please do. Guys, this is one of the few times we actually have a guest in the studio here, and it's being a quiet show and it's relaxed. That's cool. Cool girl. That's really cool. And I believe that Dawn, I'm to see if I got this right. I think Dawn said her mother is September 13th also. I think that was Dawn that said that. Oh yeah! So there's a couple of Virgos in the group. Yeah. What's your 30-year-old daughter like, Golden Girl? What's her life like? What does she like to do? I know you have family that's in the teaching profession and stuff. Well, I got a birthday of February 11th. Yeah. Michele basically pooped out of her mother about on the 13th of February, but Zodiac does not favor her on the 13th of February. Her chart lines up with September 13th. So she said, fuck it. That's for Michele makes as much sense as anything because that's the way Michele is. Well, maybe the way Golden Girl, maybe it's still correct. Yeah, maybe it's still correct. Tiger Kitty wants to know if you're having a good time.
Yeah, I'm having fun. I'm having fun.
Mm.
We got the VIP treatment at the ABC Pizza tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Michele has her own table.
Yep.
They cleaned it up for us,
Yeah.
wiped it down.
Yep. And then I wiped the table dry with my own napkins. I always carry in my purse. Tell me a Virgo doesn't at least have a couple of napkins in the purse. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And so when you go there, you always have to sit facing the same direction.
That's because Michele likes to always watch the window.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something like those mafia bosses you see on the TV that sit in the back of the restaurant, you know?
Yeah, you always got to keep an eye on the door.
Well, I think is Michele likes to sit in front so she can peel out of there faster. I don't carry a purse. Okay.
How you feeling, Michele?
Feeling okay. Nothing really bad. Are you sure about that? No, serious. I'm sure he does. Got a lot of smart, wonderful Canadians out there. Sandy Martin. I don't think that's the case. They had a great time down at the restaurant talking. I mean, we talked about a lot of different things, you know. Then before we went to the restaurant, we talked about stuff too. Yeah, I know, I know. Cannabis or Caravella's restaurant. I want to know about two restaurants here. If Caladeras or Caravella's restaurant, Chris, which is better? Ask him and Nails.
Caravellas? I never heard of that one. I've heard of calderas, but not the other one. Caravellas.
Yeah.
What is that in New Bedford?
It's a restaurant. I don't know much about it though. There's two different restaurants.
I know calderas. That's Fall River, right? Yeah, Fall River. Yeah.
Like I said, I never heard of it, so I don't know much about the restaurant at all. What is it, Italian or is it?
It's Portuguese.
Oh, really? Okay.
I know that calderas is really good, but I never heard of the other one.
Calderas? Really? I never heard of it either. The other one sounds almost like an Italian restaurant. Oh, Caravellas. That sounds like an Italian restaurant.
You can't derail this show. This show has no rails.
Yeah.
It's like a tricycle with a flat tire.
Yeah. Like he said, Comedy has a new shirt. Comedy also had nice ears.
I think he would look good in a Hawaiian shirt.
I'm talking about the purple bunny ears he had.
I saw that.
Yeah. Well, that's good. You realize if you cut all that flab off a comedy flow, you'd have enough diesel to drive your car quite a few miles around town? Oh, yeah. No, definitely. I'll be one way to use this gut for something useful for once. Yeah, instead of a life preserver. Could make it see Michele.
What do you think Michele can do to make her show even better?
Hello, Gaming Fairy. How you doing today? Yep.
I think one thing I would like to see on Michele's show is more like guests from outside of the community, like when you had Chrissy Salem on, like other YouTubers.
Yeah, right. I remember. Yep. I had her on Chrissy. Yep. Remember.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that, and also I didn't know who that person was until I saw them on your show.
Don't forget Minnie Manson too. We had Minnie Manson on his show too. This interview.
Yeah, I didn't see that, but I still watch Chrissy Salem. I actually have gotten a lot from that channel. Well, I've got some
That was
positive
good. It was
vibes.
It was a good restaurant. Good pizza. It's really good pizza. It's the standard pizza we used to get. Sauce, pepperoni, and extra cheese. But we noticed that the outer crust of the pizza was nice and not too hard. Yeah, maybe you should chew on it.
I think the crust is probably the best part of their pizza.
Oh yeah, the crust is the best part of that pizza.
Hello, Game and Ferry.
Yeah. Chris should Michelle interview for streams. Say what? Say
Live
Michelle
streamers or
interview.
video creators. I think like actually it doesn't even have to be people on YouTube, like people around town that would be willing to sit down for an interview, just like interesting people.
We tried a few of that with some mixed results. I'm gonna go get some water real quick. So, wait a minute.
But
We have done that in town.
you used to do that, right, with your like the public access show.
What? Yeah, I know we got soda too. I just want to get some. Got some water. Let's see.
I can tell that this town has some interesting people in it, and that I can just tell by the landscape. I already know that it's a treasure trove of
It's a tight
personalities.
space here. He's going here and there. This is basically an old sort of let's get tap water in it. So Chrissy likes to try to promote people to inspire them. I think Chris Bliss tries to do something similar, right?
What's that?
Try to inspire people, try to motivate them to do good things themselves.
Oh, see, I believe that my purpose with like all that I do with my artwork and my music, I don't feel like that I'm ever really gonna get noticed for what I do. Like I'm not gonna be famous, but somebody someday, or maybe it's already happened, somebody's gonna see me making music. They're gonna see something. They're gonna see something in me, and it's gonna inspire them, and they're gonna be famous. I think that's my purpose, is to inspire the next Michael Jackson.
Right. In my case, as I talked to the software over there at oh god, yeah, I got it. So it's not gonna work with show. Why? Because it just doesn't. Oh, yeah, because you can't click on that otherwise. Michelle's using the built-in closed caption decoder, and the problem is that the way it's set, you put it at the top or the bottom of the screen, but when you put it on the top of the screen, you can't cover. So all the other texts on the screen, you can't close it. Yeah.
Oh, I agree with that, Grizz. More just like Michelle doing the mundane stuff that she normally like throughout the day here and there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Do you even wash dishes? Washing dishes.
Right now, like I was talking to ChatGPT earlier, we were talking about what they're proposing or considering of allowing people to, after ChatGPT is fully established in newer products, is that one idea is that they might want to consider letting people add their own information to ChatGPT database, which is actually pretty interesting, right? Then so one of the questions that the staff came up with is, what about remuneration? So you know what? I'm not really so much worried about making money. I would rather that people remember me for what I am trying to do for the community at large. And for this case, I'm not really worried about compensation. I just want to have people get to know who I am and what I've been doing for all these years. That's all. I don't really. That's the truth. Oh, we're both are trying to inspire people, actually, and we are. There's nothing wrong with that. Technically, Aquarius and Virgo are both want to help people to feel that special energy. Virgo just goes out where service oriented, and Aquarius is humanitarian also. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
I don't even know if there's, for me, that there's really a desire to inspire. I just feel like it's my purpose. Like it's my job.
Exactly. That's what it is. I mean, that's exactly what you feel it. It is your intent. That is what you want to do. Um, it's something you feel deep down in your soul. It's
No,
not.
I didn't choose it. I feel like if I had the choice, I would have chose a different
Yeah.
path. Like I would have been something totally different than what I am. But I didn't have a choice. This is what I am, and
Do you ever sometimes? Do you ever sometimes feel like you were like you sometimes wonder if maybe you were born in another place in time or somewhere like another planet? Thank you very much. Much
For not
appreciated,
doing
guys.
it for
Thank
the
you so
money but
much,
doing
guys.
it for the love of the game.
do I think that? Can you ask me that question again, Michelle? I didn't
Do you
understand it.
sometimes feel like maybe in a prior life or something you came from somewhere else, like the stars, like an alien planet?
I don't feel it. No, I don't. I feel like I've always been what I am. I think.
Yeah, that's. No, I'm a Pleiadian starseed, so that's. But I'm also a Christian adult too, so um, if it makes any sense. Pretty much, actually, him and else. That is pretty much why I do the show. I mean, it's true that the money does help to pay the bills, keeps me fed and keeps me a roof over my head. But it's not the main reason why I do the show. Yeah. Well, you get a good night's sleep, Galaxy or Golden Girl, and it's 1 hour and 19 minutes. So we can still stay on a little longer if Chris wants.
Yeah, we can go a little longer.
Yeah. So, do you guys have any questions or anything you'd like to ask Chris or me? Sounds like you're not really much to ask. No. Where's Matt? Don't worry about it, Michelle. You're gonna do bottle.
What'd you drop?
I dropped my cap for my soda bottle. My rat lunch is probably underneath here. That's about it. Yeah, my luck was right. At least she didn't have to get on the floor to pick it up. That's true.
Kriss says he has a question. Oh yeah.
Okay. I asked you a question. You said, Kriss said, can I go back? It says, suck it up. And it says, no, further up it says, Michele, what words of encouragement would you give Kriss? Just keep doing what you're doing. How about that for an answer? Just do what you keep doing what you're doing. Do what your heart tells you to do.
Keep on trucking.
Pretty much. And just like the goblin say, keep it real. Keep it real. Absolutely true, though.
And I've been trying to make a lot of changes, to be honest, with with things that I do. I'm what we were talking about earlier, reprogramming the brain.
Yep.
That's what I've been up to this past couple months, is trying to reprogram my brain.
And that takes a little bit of time and a lot of patience.
It takes a lot of time, a lot of patience, and a lot of repetition.
And finding the right place where you can make those positive changes.
And
not
pretty much doing one thing at a time. Focus on developing one change.
Right.
Get that down, and then you move on to the next. But it's about habits. We are creatures of habits. And
Kriss, I haven't watched your live streams. I can't tell you anything about your live streams. Kriss, so I don't even know if Kriss has seen your live streams. Have you ever seen Kriss's live streams?
No, I didn't know he did live streams.
I know he did videos, but for some reason, YouTube doesn't promote his channel very much.
So I've been reading a book called Atomic Habits, and it's about how change your daily habits. We all have habits, and there's no breaking habits. You have to replace them. You have to create the right habits for you. But this book is about making tiny little changes,
which is sometimes the easiest way to do it.
All right. For example, I have a room in my house that became like a storage area, and it just started it built up with so much stuff. It looked like a hoarding room. Like I couldn't even walk through it. I'd have to walk around. And it was so overwhelming to even attempt to do something with it. And so what I did is every day when I come home from work, I clean the kitchen. I developed that. I made that into a habit where I do the dishes. I actually, after work, I set up my coffee pot to go off for the next night of work. So I program everything. I get that all taken care of. Once I had that habit down, then I stacked on the habit of going into that room that was all cluttered and just finding one thing, one bin, one box, or just one thing and doing something with it. And I did that every day. And now it's opened up like the Red Sea, and I can see the floor again. But it was just it really didn't require a lot of what seemed like time or work. It was just doing one small thing at the end of my daily chore of cleaning my kitchen.
Yeah, I gotta do something similar like that to this room. I did clean up some of it, but it's
What I'm currently working on is my sleep. I have to get like into a right. I have to getting enough sleep every day, and I haven't been. But it's important.
this is.
I'm also reading a book called A Pimp by Iceberg Slim. And if you don't know, Iceberg Slim was like one of the most famous, biggest pimps of all time. And I got turned on to the book by I don't know if y'all watch like Mr. Based out of New York City. He was on YouTube for a while, but he was a former pimp from New York City. Actually, it was like ran one of the biggest escort services in New York City. But he was on YouTube, and he told us about how the first time he went to prison was after he got caught smuggling in like what was it, ecstasy from Amsterdam, and he served some jail time. Or while he was in jail, he read the book Pimp by Iceberg Slim, and
Interesting.
he, after reading the book, he decided, well, when I get out of jail, this is what I want to do, and he did it. He became like one of the biggest, like in New York City. Like a millionaire, but yeah. So like that's how I get into the book, but like it's also that's kind of like been kind of like in my head, changing the way I think about things.
You know what I was gonna say is what's funny is that all my life I've always been out there in interested in helping to inspire and to serve people, and I've been doing that all my life. For everybody, good and bad, and that's been really interesting because, well, a lot of people really don't think about what it is like when you want to be a person of service to help people. That's what I like to do. Um, I didn't plan that. It's just something that I do, just like you said, Kriss. It's just something that's part of me.
Yeah, I kind of like I thought about that, like becoming a pimp, like what it would take. But I wonder, like, are there even like, is that even like a thing anymore? That's what I've been thinking recently. Like, am I wasting my time learning how to be a pimp when women are just going online and making money without even seeing guy? They're just making videos or doing like, I don't know. It's just not the same
I think
anymore.
the reason why you're studying is because you kind of really just want to know what is it like. I think that's why you're reading the book. It's not that you're really gonna want to do it. It's just your curiosity of finding out why they do it.
To be honest, it's just like I'm fascinated by people who are successful, whether and whatever the case may be, like whatever they do in life. It's just, and I see Mr. Bass, like he wait, am I saying that right? It's not Mr. Beast, Mr. Based, Based, Mr. Based. I'm not talking about Mr. Beast, Mr. Based, New York City. And he I don't know, I wouldn't want to be like what's the word when somebody is like respectable? He's not like a respectable, but he's been very successful, is what I'm saying, in the things that he's done. And when somebody that successful talks about a book, inspiring them to become
Sarah Kitty, you're right. I
the,
am an influencer in more than one way.
to become the biggest escort service in New York City, then and yeah, I'm interested in reading that book. And then there's what's the one the book of the laws of power is like 30 laws of power. You ever hear of that, Michele? What are you doing?
Yeah. I was reading the chat and reading the captions to make sure I understand everything that's being said. So Tiger Kitty said Michele was an influencer, like a YouTube influencer. Not just YouTube. Michele inspires people in town too. Despite all her handicaps, that she still keeps on pushing.
When I found this guy, Mr. Beast, he wasn't very big. He just started streaming. That was like a couple of years back, and
Yeah, I remember that.
he wasn't really that big of a deal.
He was just a college student.
No, he's an old man. He's like in his 60s.
Yeah, I know, but Mr. Beast.
Yeah, I'm not talking about Mr. Beast.
Oh, you're talking about another man. Oh, okay.
Based, Based.
Okay.
Mr. Based.
Okay.
Based as in authentic.
Right. Well, the other Mr. Beast is spelled Beast. So, but obviously it's a different one.
See, that's the thing. This guy, I don't know if he did it on purpose. I think he did do it on purpose. He called himself Mr. Beast because it sounded so much like Mr. Beast. People would get it confused, and it would lead people to his channel. Yeah. But when I saw him, and I heard his backstory, then I thought, this guy is going to be one of the biggest live streamers out there, even though he only had 40 people watching at the time. And he did. He became number 3 or number 4 behind CNN and Fox News for live stream. He was one of the biggest live streamers on YouTube for a short period.
Well, I have thought about talking to a couple of people about a brand deal. I just don't know which brands I want to really endorse because I'm not into a lot of the Temu and the other cheap brand stuff. Aerodynamic costumes for the ears would certainly be something she could endorse. Yeah. Since Michele, okay, this is an earlier message earlier. I'll just read it anyway. It said, since Michele, it's just been Michelle's channel. I've had an additional 20 channels shadow banned and 5 channels removed. Okay. And like I said, brand deals with Temu and Shein, it's no. I'm not interested in promoting content like that.
Well, anyway, I don't have what it takes to become a pimp anyway, because I don't treat women the way a pimp should treat a woman.
You treat us with RESPECT. That's what you do.
Well, you know what it is. I just had a good upbringing. I had a good parents. I had a good mom. I had 2 sisters, and so I didn't grow up with a resentment towards women. I think you need that you need to have that, I think, to be in that business.
Yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm just saying, learning the story of him and then comparing it to others, then it's okay, I'm starting to understand the psychology of a pimp. And I don't have the background psychologically for that.
But what you do got is just as important, though. You have the desire in a positive way to help people make changes in their lives, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just keep that in mind because it's true. Be yourself and share the truth of what's going on out there in the world.
Oh yeah!
Well, I do sometimes have a desire to help people change themselves, but when I think of what they need to do to change themselves, it's like I don't I can't do it. I can't. I don't have the time. I'm trying to make myself better. I don't have time to make others better until maybe like once I get my shit figured out, then maybe I can help others. But yeah, there are times where it's like, yeah, I really wish I could help this person. Like I get it. I get what they're going through, but and I try to talk to them, and I'm like, man, that's and I don't get paid for that. Like, yeah, that's something you got to get paid for.
Like
If
when
I'm
you
gonna do it.
met when you met me um, for the first time on Thanksgiving. I'm talking about in person. What did what did you think before you met me? I was like versus after you met me.
Nothing really changed because I already knew you. Because I've watched you for years and already knew you.
Okay, that's true.
So it's really you. When I came here on Thanksgiving, it was really like your first time meeting me. I already knew you, but you didn't really know that much about me when I showed
Not
up here.
really. But I mean, is that as I do that some YouTubers put on a mask when they're on their camera and they're playing a certain character mode, and we don't have a character like that. I think that's what I mean.
No, I think Michelle's the same off and on the camera, whether the camera's on or off. Like Michelle's pretty much consistently Michelle.
I'm just being me. Kind of like you trying to be you.
I have many different faces. I have different personalities. I'm normally I don't really talk much at all.
It's okay.
Sometimes I'm the center of attention, and sometimes I'm just not even noticed.
I don't know why I asked. Kriss, what advice can you give to slingshot warrior about women?
The slingshot warrior.
Justin.
I'm trying to really. I'll give you a good answer in a second. I just have to.
He's the guy that likes to talk about slingshots and
I know who he is, but
okay.
what advice about women?
So what kind of so I don't know why. What kind of advice would you like Chris Bliss to give?
I'm not sure, like, cause I would have to see him in action. I would have to see him out in action and see what he does, and then I would have to give the advice. But I have a feeling that the first piece of advice might be to lower the standards, and though like nobody wants to hear that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like I said, like I watch his live streams but I haven't seen him like with women approach women, so I can't really give advice on like something I don't really know much about. I mean, I know about women. I just don't know about Slingshot Warrior enough to.
That would be interesting, County Flu. But I don't think Slingshot Warrior is necessarily likely going to be going to a bar that much. Um, but I think what I want to particularly getting at is the fact is that Chris Noodles, Slingshot Warrior has this um, very limited viewpoint about women's capabilities, and I think that's what he means. You know, um, like some of his concepts are a little bit out of date with what's going on nowadays. First of all, women are not the weaker sex.
Yeah, I think that's the least of his problems, though,
Yeah,
with
I
women.
know. I think you're right about that.
Because there's, I don't know, women. You can say that's out of date, but we haven't really changed. Men and women haven't changed since forever. We're still the same. We both have our roles, and he likes a traditional woman.
There's nothing wrong with that, but the problem is that I don't exactly see him going out there and trying to meet them. Kind of like E was saying, right? But the same thing, right? He doesn't really try to meet women, much is the difference. And yet, I don't think he's really looking that hard for women now either.
He had a woman on panel with him on his YouTube channel, Kathy, who was very very into him, but she lived in a different state, and
Oh, so some lady is interested in him. I mean,
yeah,
he's really attractive. I mean, there's no doubt about that. I mean, but yeah, it's just that's the hardest thing about YouTube is, yeah, you could fall in love with somebody, but they're so far enough away that they may not be able to get to see you in person.
well, that's kind of like what I mean. Like, I mean, not lower your standards, but like it's
I don't want to argue with
2025.
you. I think it's a two. I think Comedy Flu would be more successful finding a girlfriend.
So you might have to go the distance. You might have to drive, or even fly out to meet with a person nowadays, because the internet connects us all instantly,
Right.
and you're gonna meet somebody. You might meet somebody that is a perfect match, but they're in another state, and I think like you have to overcome. You should at least try, give it a shot to overcome. But he didn't even give it a shot.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, there are some people I think could be very good matches for me. That started out with his friends, and they are in different states. But sometimes because I don't drive a car and neither does Slingshot Warrior, he's gonna have the same problem I do. How is he gonna get out there to meet the people? Yeah, they can come here, but sooner or later they're gonna go. I've already been to your house X number of times. So I don't think you fit to come to my house now. Well, it's like, yeah, but if you don't have uh, transportation because you can't drive a car, well, guess what? It's hard, you know. Sure, I can take an Uber to the train station and get on at Central Row in Hartford and go to, say, upstate New York or up to Boston, Massachusetts, or to Kentucky or Tennessee, right, by Amtrak. And that's fine. And then I would need another Uber or, if available, a local bus that would get me from the train station to their houses. Who's on screen? That's Kriss Bliss. He's sitting in my other studio here. Over here on my channel. But we can see him over there. He's got a kind of drink there next to him. I know it can't. Looks like it's glowing on camera. It's not. It just like that lighting just makes it look like it's glowing on camera. It's kind of freaky, actually. um, he's staying in the day. He's staying in an inn in hotel in Torrington, but yeah, he's here for a little while tonight, and then tomorrow. He's gonna be going to a Brazilian restaurant, getting some food, and then he and Noodles are thinking of going hang out, and we were talking briefly about maybe going to Demon Busters. That Demon Busters is like for adults. It's like Chuck E. Cheese for adults, which sounds good to me. I'll take it. Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe they have a truck simulator game that.
Okay. Maybe, or they might have another vehicle game in their arcade. Usually, like they do have a driving game.
Yeah, there's a lot of driving. I don't know if they have a truck one.
No, they don't. That's
They might.
that's okay though. Yeah, they have arcade machines. If there's anything like R&B Sports World, like down the street from me, they have an arcade in there too.
I bet you like the claw machine.
Nah, not really.
No?
I like driving the go karts. They have real go karts
Wow.
in the back on the track there.
I like the claw thing.
Oh, you like the claw game? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty good at it too.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll win your.
I think
bear,
they do.
a
They
teddy
do
bear.
have one. I think they have one of those. Plus, they also have bumper cars inside and inside track too. And then they have, like I said, outside.
Bowling.
They have the gasoline, go karts, and then they have batting cages.
Oh, you're talking about the place in Winstead, right?
Hey, RB Sports World. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ah,
But like Demon Busters, they do have an indoor arcade too. Well, one place we went to with Noodles had an indoor arcade too. Yes. Yeah.
up towards Boston, they have an indoor go karts.
Oh, really? How in the heck is the keyboard exhaust from making everybody choke all the
I
time?
don't know. They must be electric. They're probably electric.
Oh, it could be electric. Yeah, it could be a thing.
I know that they're faster than like the standard go kart.
And then probably quieter too, right?
I've never been to it. My dad went one time and he loved it. But I guess they make you. I actually have to go through like a class, like a 20-minute not on a class, but what do they call that?
Yeah, training class,
Kind of, yeah,
driving class.
a briefing.
Yeah.
Because you got to know like all the safety. Because you're actually racing against others.
Yep. Yep. You do with this one too, the RB Sports World. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just like joyriding. People get competitive too with that. So
I didn't really get any special training in this place. Like as I said, it was pretty simple, really. Me and Noodles were on a closed course, so it was just us two driving around. So I suppose if it was very busy, they probably would have to have more people being careful not to hit each other. But those cars are built pretty well, a lot of buffering on them.
oh, Noodles is coming here Friday. If he doesn't wuss out.
Right. And that's a question. Is he still coming on Friday? Because the way he was talking this morning was like, "Gee, Michelle, if you're not going to contribute anything to this, I'm not coming over." But that doesn't make any sense because I said, Noodles, Kriss has already said he will take care of the basic stuff. He'll take care of your gas, he'll take care of your transportation. He wants to hang out with us. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Um,
I think it sounds like he just feels like he needs more love from you, Michelle. That's what it's about.
okay, more love, that's not a problem. But
It's not a problem.
the problem is that his content and show just doesn't resonate with me. I mean, we already talked about somebody that said ABC Pizza. Noodles' content is very different than my content. People like my show because it is different than Noodles. We've established a small community here, and people like that. And Noodles likes it here too, but he may say, "Gee, Michelle, I don't mean nice if you come over to my channel." But Noodles knows. You know. And we all know that Noodles, I think he did say something. I don't think he was trying to be drama oriented when he said it. He said, "I do like Michelle." And he went through and he spelled it out. He said, I like the older 50 something plus Virgo woman that's single and lives in Winston, Connecticut and has a cat. Yeah, that's me. I don't think he was necessarily joking about that, which I understand that. Yeah. But what I think is important to remember when Noodle says, just try to see everybody watching. Thanks again, of you guys. The one thing with Noodles is he is so wrapped up with YouTube that he has to be on the air almost every waking moment. Like I explained to Chris earlier today when he came here, I said, I know everybody wants me to stream you and you and me eating pizza. I don't want to necessarily stream every waking minute of my life in front of the camera. I don't always want to have a camera up my nose. Because sometimes I want to talk to people off camera. You know. Hey, Michelle Marie, I am so sorry I missed your live. Blue Chris. Don, he's right here. Chris Bliss is right here in the studio with me right now. So ask your questions. He's here. He's the guy sitting over there on the couch.
Yeah, I'm Chris Bliss.
I don't know about that, Chris. Yeah. I mean, this is live with Kriss. Yeah, this is the one. Yep. Two people just quietly talking, feeling the influence of Mary Jane. Yay. Three people. Now that's the real man right there. Kriss, raise your hand. Yeah.
Hold on.
Or tip your hat to the camera anyway.
There we go.
That's okay. It's okay, Don. You're fine. You made it. You're here. Yeah, it's well, I think he is, but I don't know. Do you feel bored?
No, I wouldn't say that. I'm not bored. I'm just like I'm always kind of antsy. Like I always have to like I have a hard time staying in one place for too long, like one spot. Like,
Yeah, I get that.
but I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm fine.
You know what it is? It's the Aquarian energy in you. That's what it is.
I don't really I don't sit much. The only time I sit when I sleep that's when I
You're the kind of person
otherwise
that
I'm
likes
standing
to.
up.
You're the kind of person that likes to go out and move around a lot. There's nothing wrong with that.
I can't sit still really.
Whereas I can get Michele Michele just basically was so hyper focused on her stuff that just watching paint dry fascinates her, and that's not a joke. It's true, and I'm seeing it. Um, that a lot of people are Aquariuses, especially, they want to make a difference in the world. They have a lot of spiritual energy. They're just kind of like I want to do something, you know. They're like, I don't want to just sit around. And wait, I get it. Michele gets it too. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, sometimes a conversation goes from like boredom to like I'm really interested to like now I'm like thinking about something else, and then I'm bored, and then I'm like really like but that's what a conversation is really. It goes
You mean kind of like
like
the song by Beatles, I'm fixing a hole where the rain comes in because it keeps my mind from wondering where it should go?
yeah, I'm a wanderer. I have a wandering mind,
Yeah. Yeah.
rambling mind, rambling.
Do you sometimes feel like you're the fool on the hill or nowhere man?
I think that
Sometimes I feel like I'm the
the
fool on the hill.
I feel like the man on the silver mountain.
Okay, I never heard that one, but
I just watch.
right. So that'd be
Still
like
watching.
it'd be like nowhere man. He's a real nowhere man, sitting in his nowhere land, making plans for nobody. And watch out, don't bring your fingers. That is getting really stubby. So I know I got it.
Man on the Silver Mountain. I think that's Dio.
Here you go. Yeah. Oh, you get the idea. Mm. I don't think crypto would be of any interest to us, you guys, and I'm not really into it either. Can you do a backflip in this apartment? if you try to do a backflip, you'd probably go through a wall instead. I mean, this place is so cramped.
Who asked that? You know, I can do handstand push-ups.
Hi, Rusty. Rusty the cat's here now.
That's like my superpower. Handstand push-ups.
So, of course, you know Rusty, Kriss. Oh, yeah, he knows Rusty. Well, who doesn't know Rusty? I don't know. You tell me.
I cannot do a backflip. I was very bad at gymnastics. I used to do gymnastics when I was a kid.
I did too. Well, I say try to. I wasn't really good at it. But I gave it a fair shake. Eh? I will, but the only thing is I gotta switch over to another camera, but I don't want to mess up the other camera setup. Oh, good God, Michele, just don't worry if you mess it up. It's on scene 7. Okay. It's your funeral. Well, not, it's fine. Okay. Anyway, hey, it's okay. Huh? You got a little nose and a little wet. You know what you do? You got a little bit of water in your face. What'd you do? Stick your whole head in the bowl? Huh? Stick your head in the bowl, huh? Don't forget, for those of you who'd never thought about it, cats can get high from the Mary Jane too. It's like Cheech and John. He sits out there in the middle of the dance, smoking. Hey man, isn't that shit really groovy, man? I'm gonna here. And his friend comes over with the tuxedo guy. Hey man, you want a sniff? Hey, Mr. Wristball, I really good take a sniff, thank you.
I can't see the chat anymore. My phone died.
Oh, well, chat's right there. Just switch over there. All right. Let's switch back to the cat's can. He's yeah, there he is. So yeah, good cat. You're a good kitty. You really are. 14-year-old. He's getting to be an old geezer in cat world. Yep, yes. Still healthy, still strong. Yes, he is. He's
How you doing, Michele? You high?
okay. I'm mellow. I'm not too high. I mean, I'm mellow though. That's you probably noticed that. Maybe that's not. I took 3 hits of the tree roll. So
What are they saying? I can't
they're
see.
saying is that okay. I said I agree. Tiger's second hand is a myth. Talking about you can't get high on the air from secondhand smoke. Galaxy I said we can't because we get high and have every day, but someone who doesn't definitely can. You bet. Mm-hmm. Because your body develops a tolerance. Yeah. I don't understand. So, do you believe in life after love? Yeah. Um. So okay. So Chris, let's continue on what you're talking about real quick. You were saying that you feel like in some ways that you want to try to make encouragement for people. Let me make sure I get this right because it's. I think this stuff is starting to kind of affect my short-term memory a little bit. So
No, I wasn't saying that I felt like I'm not trying to inspire anybody. What I was saying is it's sort of like a fate, like a destiny that someday I believe somebody will be inspired by what I do.
yeah, people
And
are inspired by what you do, Chris, already.
but I think that they're going to be something special. They're going to be something really not because of me. I'm just going to be the thing that they see that like changes their path to be.
Yeah. But you know what though?
But I don't feel like it's not something I'm trying to do. I just feel like that is my. I just feel like that's got to be it. That's. I feel like everybody has a purpose, and I always wondered like, and I question by I can like do these things like I can write music and perform music. I can draw, I can paint, I can do all these things. And I'm only here for like a short time. So all the ideas I have in my head, I'll never be able to accomplish. And so why
But you know what? That's not entirely true. Because you know what?
that's very true.
You just gotta find the right person that helps you to make the possibility possible.
But what I'm getting at is that like what's the point? Why can I write a song and like the person on the side of me can't? Like why did I get? And so what is it that I need to accomplish? Like why am I here? Why am I here? Why am I is it just to entertain people? I
I
don't know. I
think
think that
everybody um we reach out to people, you and me. Obviously we have different purposes, right? But here's the part that's the same. When you are doing your music, your drawing, just being a human being, doing your videos, right? You're showing your true self. And some people, for example, who may also feel like, gee, I feel like doing the same thing, but I'm afraid. And they see you performing your music. And they say, you know what? I'm going to try to do the same thing. I may not be the best, but I'm going to try. So, without doing anything out of the ordinary, you want to encourage one person to take a chance. That's what we do. Both of us do this. Look at my own situation. I am disabled. Okay. And I go out of my way and I reach out to people. And I created a community where people of all abilities come together and we all share thoughts. And my cat's gonna cover you up with his paws. Now watch this. Yeah. Rusty wants camera time now. Come on, Rusty. That's okay. He went into the kitchen anyway. He wants attention. Yeah. Big kitty cat. Big kitty cat. It's well behaved. I'll tell you that. Well, That's what Kriss is trying to do. He's talking about himself right now. Tiger Kitty.
What'd she say?
She said, let's talk about Kriss. And that's what we're doing.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot. There's a lot of things. It's like everything, every little thing like affects another thing and affects another thing, and just gets bigger and bigger. And so I don't know. I just think I just have to keep doing what I'm doing and not really worry so much, I guess, about like what the purpose of it is, because I don't really have to understand the purpose. I think it's like it's all like over my head and bigger than me. It doesn't make sense a lot. I'm not God.
You know the story about Carmen Miranda, right? How she got started in doing what she was doing? It might surprise you. Her and her older sister working in an assembly plant, putting things together, right? And it was like a small plant that worked in an assembly line. She decided to start singing on the line and sharing her humor with the others in the company. And even after her sister died of tuberculosis, she continued to work there until the boss said, enough's enough, right? Well, then she decided to go on to local Brazilian radio in Rio and became a singer on the show. And then she and other local musicians got a chance to perform on a local stage, right? Showing their skills. And a man that was looking for a character who was doing the Broadway play American in Paris, right? Decided to approach Carmen Miranda after somebody else had picked her up to originally work in his local nightclub. So that's when she started to learn to dance. That's when she began to dance. She started out singing in a factory. And the next thing you know, she's making movies in Hollywood and becoming a major superstar. And she was only doing what she really loved to do. She wanted to do. She loved singing. She loved dance, kind of like you know. But you play instruments. I don't know if you dance. Maybe you do. But the point is that she did what she loved and didn't care if it was popular or not. She did what she felt was good to her. Something to think about. And there's nothing wrong with that. Do the things you love. Just do the things you love. And by your own example, you will inspire other people to get up the nerve to do the things they love, share their passions. And that's how it all starts. Just like that. Show what you can do, and people will inspire to try to do their own equivalent to the same thing.
Oh yeah!
Yeah.
How's it looking out there? Like, what are they saying now?
They're saying, Tarek City says nothing wrong with that. And Tarek City said if Kriss won't million, what would he do? Oh, if Kriss won $1 million, what would he do?
That's not really much money. $1 million. It's not much you can do with a
No, but
million.
it's a start. Let's just say you won $1 million and say play for or Mega Millions. All right, you won $1 million. Okay, it's in your pocket or in your bank account. Okay? What would you do with $1 million?
Well, I'll say this. Well, I always like to say I'd like to buy the world a Coke, but if like money wasn't an issue, then what I would be doing right now is I would just like get myself a nice like modern a camper van, and I would drive around and see America and live stream it. That's
Okay.
what I would do. I mean, it doesn't cost much, but I don't. It's money. It's not so much money. It's time, really. That's like more that time is like more valuable than money, I guess. But like I said, a million's not really not. I mean, if somebody just gave me a million, it's not like I can quit my job. I mean, I could, but I wouldn't. I'd still keep doing the same thing I'm doing if nothing really would change.
Would you ever consider like maybe sharing your skills with other local people that want to learn how to play instruments?
No, I've done that. I've actually worked with inner city kids in New Bedford, Mass.
Not just kids. What about adults too?
Adults.
You know, there's a lot of adults that, for reasons that varies, they never took instrument in school. They have no training in music.
Well, neither have I. Like I wouldn't be a good instructor. I don't really because I just like learned it myself. Like I
Yeah.
don't really know what I'm doing.
Just like Michele learned how to do some of the samba by herself. Yeah.
I'm just not that educated enough in music to well, actually with like artwork I could. It's just not something I want. I'm not interested in doing. I'm not interested in teaching.
If it was me, I don't know what I would do with $1 million. Probably trying to find a way to make somebody's life a little bit better somehow. There's a lot of homeless people in Winston, you know, that for no reasons of their own can't find affordable housing. Maybe I'd find a way to give them a place to live somehow.
I actually think buying somebody a Coke goes a lot further.
Really?
Yeah, because if you were to take that million and divide it up amongst the local homeless, they could eat for a while and maybe have a roof over their head for a little while, and then they'd just be homeless again, and there'd be really no change. But if you bought the world a Coke, like the act of like, I'm not really gonna make any difference. I'm just saying, hey, have a Coke on me. I don't know. To me, that's like, it's more touching to me if somebody bought me a Coca-Cola.
Well, you see, what I was thinking is if I had $1 million, like, let's say, I'm going to use this building as an example. Good God, this place costs about $1 million to rewire it. I know. We'll just say you got a good deal on it, though, right? Let's just say my landlord, hey, Jimmy, look, here's the deal. I got $1 million in cold hard cash in the suitcase. unmarked bills. You give me the title and deed of property, and this $1 million is yours. Now he has something from him and his wife, and I got a building. Then I can start working with the non-for-profit organizations to renovate this place and make housing available for families in need. Now people have a place to live, and they would be able to work with me on a reasonable income based on their availability. So if somebody actually cannot afford to pay more than say $300 a month, they can still rent, especially if it's a single person, right? They can rent an apartment for $300 a month. It's a needs based system. So if somebody says to me, well, gee, look, Michele, I'm only getting $800 a month in Social Security. Let's make it $900. So 30% of $900 is $300, right? So let's say it's 33%, right? 33.3 repeating. Yeah. Okay. Just say 30. All right. So the point is now I'm offering them an apartment in a privately funded housing unit. No federal baloney. Right? So they get a place to live. They get a place to sleep. They get a chance to find a job that they can actually use to keep the rent paid. Well, yeah, but you know what? As I said, there are programs that will provide assistance for building renovation, especially for the purpose of the public good. And if you're taking a homeless person out of the forest and the woods, that's an excellent beginning. Right. Remember, that's true too. Well, I mean, there's already so many different ways to look at it, guys. I mean, you really can understand it. The price of housing has gone up so high that even if you do find a job, even if you do, you know, you're gonna have a place to live. More than likely, if you can find a job, okay. For reasons that are very simple. The reason is number one, companies want to know that you'll be able to come and clean and ready for work the next day, and not look like you just roll up in the sheets and in a sleeping bag overnight in the back of a car. Well, we're not talking about those who choose to be. I'm talking about those that did not choose to be homeless, not of any fault of their own, but of circumstances. Those that choose to be are not even in the equation. Those that choose to be, that's fine. It's your choice. I'm not forcing you to be there. But those who want to be doing better or find housing, especially people with children, they're the ones that need a helping hand. But Michele, except for 2 apartments in this building, almost every one of these apartments is pretty much are single bedrooms. How many homeless people is that going to help? 10 of them. But you know what? That's 10 more people that's not going to likely freeze to death in the wintertime. That's true, though. So that's what I would do with $1 million. It may sound kind of strange, but that's what I would do with it.
And you would still live here?
Yeah, I would still be here. More than likely, I'd still be here. After all, you're gonna need an on-site person to keep an eye on things. Someone's still gonna run the front desk downstairs. Someone's still gonna go ahead and have people sign in and sign out. We would have a front desk. We have a lobby downstairs at the top of the stairs. People would come in, and that's where they would sign in and sign out. We'd still be giving them free telephone service, and so people would be able to make local phone calls.
I think even homeless people have cell phones nowadays.
Yeah, some do, but not everybody does. Because what happens to a lot of people with the cell phones is a lot of them that get stolen or damaged. Yeah, I know. I'm David. I agree, but the point is that there more than likely would be some available assistance program to help renovate buildings like this one. What has been Chris's happiest time in his life so far? Says Tiger Kitty.
And it's probably like any of the times I've been to Disney World. It is the happiest place on earth, but it's a big deal in my family. It's like a big thing. And I have so many memories since 1976, my first visit, 1976. But think of this, like enjoying the Disney World with my grandfather at 1 year old, and my grandfather carried me through the park half the time I was fast asleep. And then it was like, I don't know, like 30 years later in the same park with my family, enjoying the park, and I'm holding my niece fast asleep. Yeah, those are the happiest times for me. Any other trips, my grandfather, going out with my grandfather on his boat and picking up the lobster traps. We used to go out on Sunday. Me and my cousin would go out with my grandfather and check his lobster traps on Sundays, go out on the boat on West Island off of Fairhaven, Mass, is where his boat was docked. Yeah, those are some of my best memories are from West Island as a kid. Yeah. Those are my happiest times, I think. West Island and Disney World. Yeah. Yeah. What's your happiest time, Michele, of your life?
I never been to Disneyland or Disney World. I'd like to go, but it's pretty expensive, especially now.
Yeah, it's very expensive.
Disneyland actually interests me a lot more than Disney World because of the way Disneyland is actually built and been rebuilt so many times over the park's life in Anaheim, California. I'm interested in architecture, and so for me to see how Disneyland has changed so much is very interesting.
The architecture in the parks is like forced there's a lot of illusions, like false perspective with the buildings.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, here's the first solution. You may not know what Disney World. Do you know that Disney World is actually built on top of tunnels? Or the service entrances for tunnels for the employees.
Well, it's actually the tunnels are the first floor. The tunnels are at ground level. The park is on the second floor.
Right, exactly.
So it's actually not underground. It's at ground. The underground world of Disney is actually at ground level. It's not underground at all. Disney is like on a platform. Like the whole park is on a platform.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of cool. What do you think about it? So basically, in short, is the tunnels are the first floor, the ground floor. Then the park itself is built on top of the tunnels, which is the second floor, which is the floor that the majority of people will see. And the neat thing about the park is um, there's also obviously gateways in various places in the park for employees, including security, to get from one place to the other without disturbing everybody else. All right, by running through the main throng of park goers.
They're called guests at Disney.
Yeah. They're called guests, right?
And the workers are the cast members, are the workers that
Yeah.
everybody is a cast member. Yes.
Yeah. Like I said, it's and let's not forget about all the ancient ways that Disney parks used to do the animatronics.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that I could see you having an interest in the animatronic technology of using a magnetic tape to control figures.
Right. They absolutely did. And it was used for a long time. It was very successful. Today, they are probably doing something similar using solid state storage.
Yeah, but today everything it's all digital now.
That's what I mean.
It's not
But it's still cool, though. You know?
yeah, to be able to do it when they did it, and to do it so convincingly enough that one of the first I think it was the first like animatronic of a human was the Abraham Lincoln in the World's
That's
Fair.
right. Yep.
And a lot of people who saw that thought it was a real they didn't know it was a robot. Some people walked out of there saying, wow, the actor who played the Abraham Lincoln, he was really good.
Yeah.
Not even knowing like that. There was a funny story about the first animatronics before they did Abraham Lincoln. They did the Tiki Room. The birds were the first. The singing birds in the Tiki Room. So when they proposed the idea to Walt, it was initially supposed to be a restaurant, the Tiki Room.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah.
And they were going to have these audio animatronic birds come on. You know, it's kind of like the rainforest kind of does.
Right.
Does that? Is that what it's called? Yeah. Rainforest Cafe or something like that. Yeah, it would have been something like that. And well, they hadn't really told Walt yet about what they'd been working on with like the robotics and stuff, but they told him they've just pitched the idea of having the Tiki Room, and they would have these singing birds, and And Walt's first reaction, he's like, "We can't do that. The birds will shit on the food." That's a true story that Walt said. And then they went on to tell him and they showed him like the robotics that they had been working on and how they'd be like, audio and animatronic birds.
Right. So they wanted to. That's when they decided it would be better to have animatronics instead. In that case, because of the health and safety. Okay.
Well, I don't know if there was ever any intention of having real birds, but Walt didn't know about the animatronic stuff yet.
Okay. I get it.
So he just thought, like, when they talking about singing, he just thought they'd have like real birds in there and like.
Well, you know what's interesting though when you talk about Abraham Lincoln, because that one has been renovated a couple of times. I mean, think of the history that and all the obviously the maintenance plans of the Abraham Lincoln exhibit that is probably sitting in Disney's maintenance shop. You know,
That was like one of the longest running attractions, and I don't know if they'll still keep that part of the attraction, but they're gonna change that. They just announced it this year, I think, that instead of Abraham Lincoln, it's gonna be Walt Disney himself standing there.
oh, okay.
Which would be pretty cool.
Still gonna be cool though, right?
Yeah. If they can
So
pull it
I
off.
mean, I just hope that somebody is gonna, for those people that are into technology, I hope that there might be an exhibit at least explaining the history of since Abraham Lincoln was so popular for so many years, all the different technology that evolved from his running. That they're going to have exhibits explaining how all the different technology had worked, so that people could go back and, oh, I remember when he was still using magnetic tape. Oh, I remember when he was still starting to use hard drives, or I remember when he was starting to use SSD cards. The people go, oh, looking at the different things that became before or after their experience with Abraham Lincoln.
I just thought of something ironic about them replacing Abraham Lincoln with Walt Disney for that attraction is that when Walt was a kid, his school had like a famous people day where everybody dressed as a famous person.
Right.
And Walt went to school dressed as Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, it makes some sense there. And he did that because he was inspired by Abraham Lincoln, right?
Yeah, I don't know what his reason, if it was like why he did it, but I just remember reading that somewhere that when he was a kid he dressed as Abraham Lincoln, went to school for Famous People Day.
Yeah.
I dressed as Boy George when I was a kid. For Famous
And
People
did you
Day.
know that Disney World was the first to have a 911 system for emergency services in the state of Florida?
They were the first for a lot of things.
Yes, they were.
I think they even invented acrylic paint. They were the first to use acrylic in paint.
Really? So they were the first to use acrylic paint, huh?
I believe so, yeah. I think the company went on to become the Liquitex brand of paint.
Yeah.
Also, before Walt, there really weren't art schools in America like there are today. But he started Cal Arts.
Yeah.
One of the great things about that is in the time of the 1930s, when Walt was like in the 20s and 30s, when he was first starting off, there really wasn't like art schools, and like there wasn't a market for artists really.
Not really.
And they were
no.
illustrators, but they weren't like true like artists. And like from the 30s up through probably into the 60s, I think some of the best American artists were working for Walt. In fact, John Hench, who was like the main designer for like Epcot, the original Epcot Center. When Salvador Dali was having like Salvador Dali used to call John Hench for advice on paintings, and John Hench worked for Walt. But Mary Blair is another like fantastic like American artist that
It's interesting. No.
she's Mary Blair is the it's a small world, the artwork for It's a Small World, like she was very like amazing with like color, like her color combinations were just like so good. Like when you see it, you know that's a Mary Blair like piece, like it's recognizable. Like
Well, that's interesting too. Honestly, I gotta show something to Kriss. I showed you guys earlier. I'm gonna show you something on the computer, Kriss. They came two panels on this right now, but I can show you this on the screen. I always show this to other people this morning. I know you saw it on the computer, but you didn't get a chance to see it in person because you're watching it on your phone, and your phone was kind of small. I'm going to show you a form of art that I'm working on right now. I'm waiting for my Discord load so I can show you the art section. I want you to see something here. This is something I am working on, and we're still working on it. So right here, we're going to pull up this one here. That's the Silver Moon train station. That's the inside. You see who's standing there?
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes, I am the druid. There was supposed to be another set of statues, but they're apparently the original Jason Hernandez and Bichal, which actually built a train station, or originally supposed to be featured on this, but somehow they got left out. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Then maybe then the other platform, because there's not a matching platform on the other side. And let me show you the entrance. This is the entrance to the Dead Scar, where the trains come into the Silver Moon Sea through the Dead Scar. See these arches? Mm-hmm. This is so that the scourge and things would not be hurt. These were supposed to be totally closed in the arches so that the scourge would not be hurt. But designed it specifically so that if the later on want to go electric trains, they could put catenary in underneath. That'd be high enough for the catenary, sorting the guide wires and everything. So you see, Walt Disney's not the only Imagineer around. Thanks to modern technology, I can do something similar. I'm not saying that Silver Moon in my case is it's not my Disneyland, but if you look here, this is from Silver Moon, the bridge that goes across to Caldanis. And that's where the Sunwell is. And the last one is the platform at Caldanis. This is the passenger station. The tracks coming right here, and they were supposed to stop here and here. There's supposed to be two sidings to go around for a freight yard. What they did was the software and the computer made a mistake and decided to make this as a throughway. And I said, you know what? The way I see it, I told the computer, I said, it may not be perfect, but for now it's fine. You could see so trains coming on this side here, they can get up, be able to go off on those platforms on that side, or they can get up on this side and go into, security, because of the nature of Caldanis. You don't want to just let everybody come in. They got to have to show papers to verify that they are there for a valid reason. Likewise, the other train here, which would have a bumper over here, does the same thing. Is that it would stop here, and then you'd be able to get off and go through the security checkpoint. And that's what makes this interesting. And I have so much information on what I'm working on right now, that I could show you a whole ton of information. But let's see. Did they finish their work? Let's see. Let me see how ChatGPT is doing the way work. Okay. How is it going with? Oh boy. Here's exactly where we are. Okay. It's also a time of night when ChatGPT is real busy too. Yeah.
It takes that long for them?
It depends on how busy it is. Plat correction is finished and perfectly placed. High resolution boost is fully rendered. It's now in the final step of uploading the complete poster in the chat. Took a little longer because it's full of poster quality, about 18 by 24. High resolution laid, snow, statue details, lighting. In short, the artwork is finished. Upload is almost done. You'll be able to see it in shortly. Okay. Okay, so it depends on how busy it is. Sometimes the system's busy, sometimes it's not. Yeah. In fact, Kriss, if you want, you can later on, if you want, you can sit down at my computer and talk to ChatGPT for yourself. And introduce yourself to my ChatGPT.
Yeah, I don't really talk to machines.
I understand that, but the way you kind of do already when you think about it.
No, I don't.
You work with keyboards. You work with synthesizers, right? You talk with machines in a way. That is, you.
Yeah, but I don't speak to the machine.
No, right. You don't type within the natural language, right? I get that. Rosie O'Donnell is into dysfunctional relationships. If she's seen his chat, she would come back. I don't know, Kriss. So, do you have any questions? Anybody? Do you have any questions for the audience? Let's flip the tables around a little bit. Do you have any questions for the audience?
I'm sure I do. I'm sure I think of one. A second. Ask them what they had for supper. I want to know.
What did you guys have for dinner tonight? Did you guys have any special favorite meals or anything tonight? That's Kriss asking. He wants to know what you guys had for dinner tonight. Yeah, it is. Because you're making the machine do what you want it to do. It's like same thing with the piano. Same thing with a pipe organ. Same thing with playing a harpsichord. You know,
Yeah, but you're not speaking to it. You're speaking to people with it.
not that I know of, but there is a musician that called Emily the harpist that she uses effects pedals on her harps, which in a way kind of for her gives her harps the special effects that she likes. Then there's one where she can actually effect pedal that she can use to blow into a tube and modulate the notes based on her breath.
I've watched her channel on YouTube. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she's got some really neat effects on her harps. And here's what you may have known. Maybe you do know this. Did you know Emily has a hard time walking or getting off the floor?
Who's that? The harpist? The one that plays the
Right.
harp?
Emily the harpist, yeah.
No, I don't know much about her, but I've seen some of her video because I watch a lot of like guitar pedal stuff and
Right. She used guitar
some of
pedals
the-
with her harp. But the thing that's interesting, I didn't know that she too had problems with her legs and has similar problems that I have with her knees. And she sat there on the floor and actually put together a a musical instrument, assembled I forgot what it was, but it took a while putting it together. And she says, "It's really hard for me to sit on the floor like this because it's really hard for me to get up." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I get it. I know exactly what you're talking about, lady. I have the same problem. If I get on this floor as I did to set up the equipment here, if I can't grab onto this chair and get up, then I'm stuck on the floor. So I have to keep this chair nearby so I can grab the chair and pull myself up off the floor." Emily also has a wheelchair too, which I did not know that. Right. Tribal people usually do contact with drums because drums travel a great distance. Okay, so to answer the food, it says, um, I had Chinese chicken, says Chris. We all know what he needs for that, so okay. Other Warrior said, my question audience is, how dare you? Gracie says, Tabby again. I made a rice, bag of butter, flavored microwave popcorn, and some water, says Dawn. David S. said, potato salad and coleslaw. Okay. Um, Chris said it was soy sauce and sriracha sauce. Noah says, yes, but you don't have to necessarily talk to communicate. Well, for humans, see, like with the case of the computer here, most of the time I type to ChatGPT because being that for me, typing is the most comfortable way to do it. So for me, typing is just what I'm used to. Um, Otherwise said I had some boiling water and a package of ketchup I got from McDonald's.
It sounds like we had the best supper out of the side chat.
What's that? Who did?
We did.
Oh yeah, but you know, some of these people might be joking too. Um, let's see. So Wire said yes, great. It was great. Grace said LOL. Noah says tribal people communicate with drums. Noah said I had leftover chicken and dumplings. Well, there's somebody at least had a meal that I would say is halfway enjoyable. Chicken and dumplings. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Um. Oh, I got something that might interest you. In the music section of our Discord, there is a discussion on Klingon music and chords. You might want to look at that.
Klingons?
It's really neat. It's I never really gave it much thought about Klingon music because we're always so used to using an octet.
Are you talking about Battlestar Galactica?
No, Deep Space Nine, the Next Generation, um, Voyager, the Klingons. They have 9-note instruments, 9-note scale on their musical instruments, and a chord system that would totally blow your mind. Check it out. It's in my music section of my Discord. You can't. I'm not really too familiar with all music theory, so I kind of got a little bit confused watching it. But I certainly have to admit that I found it interesting. Um, Tonight with dinner was great. It was me, Kriss, Bliss. We went to ABC Pizza. We had the usual sausage, pepperoni, and extra cheese. Um, and I had a 1 liter Diet Coke. Kriss Bliss had a can of soda, a can of Coke. Um, he didn't have a 1 liter, he just had a can. I went for the bottle. So, um, let's see. So, Chris said, I never joke about my food. I learned to make Chinese chicken from a Chinese chef. David said, we had a very quick picnic yesterday. I ended up with all leftover potato salad. Okay. You see, I can't eat potato salad because I'm allergic to mayonnaise, so I can't eat that. Uh, it's not the vinegar by itself. It's not the eggs by itself. Although uh, the eggs by themselves do kind of make me feel kind of queasy. It's when you combine the vinegar and the eggs together in mayonnaise, as I found out when I was very young as a child, it totally, totally makes me sick to my stomach. I cannot eat it. So, um, potato salad is not likely something I'd be eating. Um, I tried things with mustard, and it's like, nah, I don't like mustard either. Ketchup, ew, I hate ketchup. And yuck, don't talk to me. Pickles, however, however, I don't mind making homemade pickled cabbage, and I do that once in a while. Um, well, if I started flying that one shade, well, I ketchup. The only thing is ketchup. Modern ketchup is just got a lot of high fructose corn syrup in it. It's not the same as things prior to the 1970s before HFCS became a thing. So keep that in mind, guys. It's true. It's completely different today.
No, I think Heinz still has one that's has no syrup in it.
Do you think Heinz does?
I think it's Heinz.
Well, I
So
would
this
do.
one that I buy, it doesn't have. I think it's made by Heinz.
Oh, Heinz.
No, Heinz.
Oh, Heinz. Okay, Heinz tomato ketchup. Yeah, just check the ingredients. You'll be surprised if it says sugar or pure cane sugar or sugar beet sugar. Then you're fine. If it says high fructose corn syrup or corn syrup, throw it away. It's just not good for you. What could it do me? I'd be throwing it right up. Yeah, that would do no good. Maybe if I put it all under the water, rinsed all the mayonnaise out of it, maybe I could then eat it. Then you might as well boil them and have wet potatoes. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. I don't think my mother would leave it out in the refrigerator. And when I was a kid, I was 3 years old, and I tried it as a kid in a sandwich, and I just found it absolutely revolting. Just all right. Let me make a quick run to the bathroom and just say right now we're doing pretty good here. We got 3 hours, 1 minute, 2 seconds, 16 viewers, 12 likes. I don't have any way of checking to see how many people are actually viewing the channel because I'm not using streaming through OBS. I'm using the built-in YouTube streaming tool. So that way I don't have to rename my stream key for tomorrow. But I'll be right back. I can use the bathroom. Okay? On a minute. If you want, I'll be here for a little bit. I'll just use the bathroom.
Do you have a charger? iPhone charger?
What's that?
Do you have a charger for
The charger?
for this? It's an iPhone 12.
Oh yeah, it's USB. Oh, is that the original or is that the lightning cable?
It's
I do.
iPhone 12.
I have a lightning cable. Okay, I gotta put you real quick here.
My phone's totally dead.
There's a reason I keep those around here. Oh yes, there's a lot of reasons why I keep them around here. Because her phone doesn't seem to have cables. Yeah, at least one of them does. Let's see. And just there it is. Just which one, right?
Yeah, it looks like the one.
Okay. Just plug this in for you. Since I'm not using this cord charger right now. Let's unplug this one for right now. Or if you want to use it on the floor, you can charge on the floor by the tree. There's a USB-C charge over there too. All right, so should we all set? Just say do not. Well, you could say trust this computer, but I honestly really don't want to have your phone necessarily messing with my phone. But you could certainly go ahead and charge your phone with it. Okay.
Yeah, it's not gonna come on anyway. Cause it was
Is it charging?
Yeah, it's charging. But I mean, the phone's off.
Okay. So if it says trust, then just say no. Oh, you can, but say yes, but it's up to you. Right back. Yeah.
Michele is in that ladies' room. Listen. She's done. She's done.
Okay, let me get back to my console there. Okay. It's almost time to wrap it up. What do you think? Almost 3 hours now. Oh yeah, I gotta sort this stuff too when you get a chance. Okay. Oh yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, I had to make a deposit. Yeah. Yes, we have been on for 3 hours. I don't know how many viewers we had. That I could probably find out if you look at the live screen information on the other panel screen. Okay, I'll look them. All right, so let's see. Yeah, let me see. See how many people. First of all, I am glad to say we're getting our subscribers back. 10,723. Yep. We are getting back. We are getting back. Our channel is beginning to recover. It's always a good thing. You bet. All right, so let's take a quick look at the numbers everybody asked about. So let's go take a look at content. You can't look at it on the screen? Nah, not really. I'm messing up everything. So on the live channel side of things, we're currently, there it is. Oh, thank you very much again. Thank you so much, Galaxy Eyes. Much appreciated. Oh, thank you again. All right, here are some numbers. Currently, at this time, we have had 117 views.
Oh yeah!
We have live viewers on the screen is 16 right now.
Oh yeah!
And the like ratio 13 likes with a percentage of 86.7.
Oh yeah!
Congratulations.
My deposit pile of feces.
Well, thank you very much. Anyway. That's what stands out, makes my channel different from so many YouTube channels. Is that we make people feel like they're part of something beautiful. And that's something to me that's very special. When you guys feel comfortable being here and engaging in chat, that's what makes this channel successful. No, it's not my birthday. It was my birthday on the 11th of February. Not now. Yeah. Well, I'm very proud of the fact that we have achieved a lot on this show tonight. Let's see what the ChatGPT is saying. It says, say, that's easy enough. I can wait. Okay. Okay. So, I think we've done pretty good though. We have. We are still got people watching. There's still people here. But well, congratulations. The youngest is starting to say words such as hello. Well, I think we've come a long way. So, do you think that you want to say anything before you wrap it up? 'Cause, I mean, I think it's almost time to wrap it up for,
Yeah, I'm getting tired.
Yeah, I understand that. So, everybody, first of all, I want to thank all of you for being here. Kriss Bliss, I want to thank you for being here too.
Thank you, Michele. Thank you for having me.
And the most important thing of all, guys, no matter where you are or where you come from, you're always welcome to be here. We just ask that respect and be respect for everyone. Yeah. Have a great night, guys, and see you all tomorrow morning. And let's give a blessing real quick. Absolutely. You want to lead? I'll lead. All right. First of all, everybody, I want all you to have a happy, safe night. Go out there and get some good sleep. We'll see you in the morning. And I want you to be happy with it and have a good day. Likewise, I want to thank our special guest, Kriss Bliss, for being here today. And I want you all to enjoy the remainder of your night doing the things you love. And don't forget to make sure to give your family some extra love tonight. And for Tiger Kitty and others that have members of the family with health concerns or their pets with health concerns, I will be praying for all of you guys so that you don't have to feel like you're alone, because I care about everybody and everyone and everything, all the living creatures in the world. I know you're out there. May all of you have a happy and blessed day too. The services ended. Go out in the world to show peace, love, kindness, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and party on, dude. Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. Thank you for being here. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
MicheleMarieDalene, I will always be there for you. Michele, never stop believing in yourself. Go out there and show the world what you can do. Go kick some ass and have a good time doing it. I love both of you so much. I love how far you have come on YouTube.
In the summer's embrace, she finds her way, twisting and turning, she won't let things sway. With love for the music and fire in her soul, she dances through life, her heart in control. She won't give up, she won't sit down. In her purple dress, she twirls around. With every rhythm, with every beat, she conquers the floor, she won't retreat.